It's the fastest way to find out if your startup idea is actually worth it. Every successful product starts with one crucial question. Does this solve a real problem for real people? And the best way to test that, build an MVP. Hi, I'm Sophia, I'm product manager at Mulfire, and in this video, I'll show you 5 MVP types that successful founders use to test their ideas, attract their first users, and avoid wasting time on products nobody needs. If you're a founder or just dreaming of starting a business, this video is a shortcut to launching the right way. Let's dive in and pick the perfect MVP for your startup. Eric Rice introduced the concept of the minimal viable product as a part of Lean Start methodology, describing the purpose of an MVP this way. It's a version of a new product which allows the team to collect the maximum amount of validated learning about customers with the least effort. Starting your startup with an MVP is the best way to get your product into the market as quickly as possible. Start testing your idea with real users before investing a large budget and discover what works for your target market and what doesn't. MVP is not about building a perfect product. It's about validating your idea quickly without waiting 6 months on a perfect version. So, which MVP type is right for you? Well, not all MVPs are made the same. The approach you take really depends on your product and your goals. Let's break down the 5 main types and figure out which one works best for you. But first, let me quickly show you how MVP evolved. Check out this orange arrow. It's kind of like a roadmap of your MVP journey. On the left side, you don't even need a real problem. You just fake it. On the far right, you got a minimal product that people can actually use. As you go from left to right, the MVP gets more real, but also it takes more time and effort. Let's take a closer look at each of these MVP types. First up, we got the fake landing page. It's the most simple option to how to start validating your idea. You don't need to build anything. You just create a simple website, add a catchy headline, some info about your product, and sign up form. Launch several ad companies to this landing page and see what people do on it. Are they interested or do they do pre-orders? Why spending months developing a product to find out nobody wants it, when you can spend one day designing a landing page that will provide the same answer to the question, does anyone even care about your product idea? The Brooks actually did this back in the day. They created a simple video demo of their file sharing service and got people to sign up before even build the product. Have you ever asked people to pay for a product that doesn't exist yet? Sounds risky, yeah? But it's exactly what many successful startups do, using crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter or Indiegogo. Here is the idea. You pitch your product before it exists and people vote with their votes. You register on a platform, describe the product you want to develop, explain your ability to build it, and share how these funds will be allocated. And it's genius because you're testing 2 things. Is there a demand and will people actually pay? If enough people back your project, boom, you've got funding and validation. This approach works especially well for a product that needs a base of customers to be sustainable or required upfront costs to build. Think things like hardware products. If you are developing something that requires significant investment before production, like Pebble, who used Kickstarter to fund their smartwatch before they even made a single unit, crowdfunding helps you secure the funds and gauge customer interest before you start spending. So, if your product fits this model, crowdfunding might just be a golden ticket. Third, Concierge MVP. Think of it like a personal beta test. No prototypes, no automation, just manually delivering the experience to a small group of test customers. The key here is to provide the level and type of service you envision your final product will be providing. For this MVP type, test customers must understand that a person is providing the service, and they should give extensive feedback in exchange for such personal attention. You are testing demand, getting real feedback, and seeing if people are willing to pay. In its early days, Airbnb founders actually acted as hosts themselves, manually arranging lodging for guests in their own apartments. They personally coordinating everything, taking booking, handling payments, and ensuring the guests were taken care of. The downside, it's not scalable. But that's the point. You are learning directly from customers, getting valuable feedback, and seeing how they use your service. Plus, they are paying, which lowers your risk. This approach is ideal if your customers aren't tech-savvy or if you're creating a highly personalized service where customer satisfaction is a key. Next up, the Wizard of Oz MVP. In this model, users believe they are interacting with a full automated system, but you are doing everything manually. What and why? Because building the tech is expensive and time consuming. Groupon actually used this message early on. They didn't have any of tech to automate the deals, so they just manually send out their daily offers. So what makes this different from the Concierge MVP? The key difference is that in Wizard OZ model, users think it's automated, whereas in the Concierge model, they know it's a you behind the scene. People are more likely to give negative feedback when they think that problem originates with a machine as opposed to individual performance. It may be perfect for businesses in industries like finance or healthcare where you eventually need sophisticated tech. It's a great way to test ideas without investing in the full tech stack. And finally, the single feature product MVP. The idea here is to pick one key feature, the most essential part of your product, and focus on it. Then build that feature, launch it, and get real user feedback. This approach is fast and easy to explain to potential customers. You are essentially testing the core functionality of your product, and if people aren't using this feature, it's time to rethink your assumption. Take Instagram for example. It started just as a photo sharing app. No stories, no messages, no shop, and so on. That single feature was simple, but it worked. This MVP works especially well if you are innovating or spinning off a new product, or if you're a small business competing with more established alternatives in the market. So you are probably wondering, how do I pick the right MVP for my startup? Well, it all comes down to what you want to learn about your customers. Do I need test demand? Choose fake landing page or fundraising. Do I need to refine the service? I will help Concierge MVP. Do I want to see a real user behavior? Choose Wizard OZ or single feature product. Each MVP types is the way to test assumption about what your customers really want and what they are willing to pay for. The goal here isn't perfection, and the key takeaway focused on validating your ideas as quickly and cheaply as possible. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. Check the link below and follow us on social media for more tips and updates. And if you're ready to take your startup to the next level, visit Molfario. We will help you build fast and smart. Catch you next time.